Hello, everyone watching this recording. I'm going to go through a few things about getting started in economics. You are getting started in the month of October, so you probably feel a little overwhelmed and not sure what you're supposed to be doing. So hopefully this video will alleviate some of your questions and concerns and point you in the right direction. Okay, first of all, we're going to take a little tour through economics. Okay, so it's called U.S. Global Economics. However, I always just refer to it as economics because that's a lot shorter. When you log into economics, you'll see the following headings at the top: class, home, plan, content, progress, so forth. You might not see them exactly. Let's put them as student view. So yeah, you'll see a little less there. Um, so you should probably see it as a student because it's not very helpful to see it as a teacher now, is it? Okay, now let's go through class content. So right here you have all these boxes and you have these arrows where you can go left to right, back and forth. Now, what if you don't see this? Does that mean something's wrong with your computer? No, probably not. It means it's probably hidden. See how this arrow over here on the far right is now pointing to the right? That means your stuff is hidden. If it's pointing down, it's opened up and you can see it. And that could be happening for any of your things, whether class update, class plan, class announcements, email, class connect, quick links. See how different your page looks now? What if your page looks like that? You might be saying, wait, where is everything? I don't see it. What's my teacher talking about? Well, it's probably just needs to be clicked open. And sometimes I know I accidentally click things and they disappear on me like that. And then I kind of like, what? And then I must remember, oh yeah, that's right. I just have to open it up, click it open like that. So the arrow is pointing down. Okay, so let's look at class content first of all. Going to the very beginning. Sorry, go back. No, course materials. So we click on course materials, and that's where you're going to find fun things like the syllabus that talks about the class and requirements and some good fun procedural stuff about the class. Teacher contact information. Here's where you'll find information about how to get a hold of me. Academic integrity, that just tells you don't cheat. Grading information, talks about the grading scale. And that's really about it that's important to you. Next, Class Connect recordings. This is important for you because this is where I house all of the Class Connect recordings. We have Class Connects on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. And whether they're not required, however, they're strongly encouraged. Okay, we go through assignments, we do stuff, you get points on assignments if you get them done in class. So it's a great idea to try to attend the Class Connects if possible. If you can't attend live, that's why they're recorded. Or if you do attend live and you still have questions or you missed something, you can always go back to the recording and catch something you missed. Okay, so when you click on Class Connect recordings, you'll see this page open up, and it has it's called CC Preview and Recording Links. So I try to tell you what we're going to be doing in that Class Connect. Like, for example, on October 4th, we went over the 209 discussion. The kids that did that in class got points for it right there in the Class Connect. And here is the link to the recording. If you click on that, it will open up the recording for you so you can watch it in your own time. Next Class Connect, next Wednesday, we're going to be going over the 2.12 graded assignment and reviewing for the unit test. So we'll be getting that assignment done in class plus reviewing for the test. So as you can see, it's actually pretty worthwhile to come. But if you can't, there's the links for the recordings. If you watch the recording, you can still get help on your assignment and get it completed and submit it instead of trying to figure everything out on your own, especially if you're struggling. Watch the Class Connect recordings for help. Okay, let's go back. See what those other links were. Unit read alouds. So let's say you're not a great reader, and especially if you have to read things online because there's no textbook for economics, it's all online. Let's say you don't like to read, plus you don't like to read things online. It just makes you hard to focus. You can have open up these recordings, and there are links to every lesson being read to you. So let's look at Unit 2 because we're not going to worry about Unit 1 right now. So Unit 2, you can see there's every lesson, and then there's a link that you can click on, and it will have a a teacher reading the lesson to you. Okay, it's as simple as that, so you can follow along, and it's read aloud. So it's kind of like an audio book in a way for your lessons. Okay, unit notes is the next module that comes along, and that is exactly what it sounds like. Unit notes are note taking on every lesson. So if you're struggle with notes, here you go, notes for you. So now when you go through the reading for each lesson, you kind of already can have a preview of what the important parts are, and you can fill in any blanks or make any extra notations as you do your own reading. Use these as study guides. They're pretty helpful. That a lot of that's already been done for you. It's already broken up. So here's the whole unit into this document. So that's pretty slick. Take advantage of the help that's already being provided for you. Okay, and then the next thing are the units. So it says 1, the game of economics, 2, the players, 3, the price is right. These are each unit. So remember, we're not worrying about unit 1 right now. Okay, we're starting off in unit 2. We're going to worry about unit 1 later. And when you go through, you start at the beginning. Every lesson, you start at the top. Don't go and like, oh, I'm going to start here in the learn instead of in lesson 204, or I'm going to do the offline learning journal, find out what that's about. No. Start at the beginning. So if you haven't done lesson 201, start at lesson 201 and start with the first part of it, unit introduction, the players. So you click on that, and then from here, once it opens, then you'll just read through it. You read that. I'm pretending you're a really fast reader right now. Here's a little game you can play, just a little review thing. Don't worry about spending too much time on that. Lesson resources, what's this? Okay, let's open that up. So lesson resources has the objectives, just kind of like this is what you should know by the end of this lesson. Materials, you have a student guide. And don't worry too much about the student guide, because look at that. It's just everything. It's just kind of telling everything that you're going to be seeing in the lesson. So I don't feel they're super important. If you want to go through them, they're fine. But I feel like everything else is pretty much already laid out for you, so don't worry too much about the student guide. Here's keywords. These are vocabulary words that you should be aware of in regards to the lesson. So if you like to make flashcards, this is a good flashcard thing. So that's under lesson resources. We X out of that, continue reading this. Go to the next page. It just tells you the goals for the lesson, our objectives again. It's going to tell you here's the materials if you want to use the student guide. And then learn who plays the game. So now you're actually doing the lesson reading. And there's going to be 10 pages of it, because you see here it says page 1 of 10. And here's your lesson reading. You're just going to keep clicking through. Now we're on page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Let's say you have to stop for a minute. You have to go do something. You have to go, your mom's yelling at you to take out the trash or something. You can make a bookmark here, and it'll save your page, and you can come back to it later. Bookmark that. Can continue on. Continuing on. Continuing on. Now this is this learn a game of mutual influence. So it's just a little more information, 9 pages of this lesson. Continuing to read, looking at your notes. Here's a little review. Watch the slideshow to see how culture influences our decisions as consumers. So you just press that start button, and it goes through a little video with a couple different pages to that. Okay, and we're not done yet. It's only page 7 of 9. Continuing on. Continuing on. And now we're done with that lesson. We're on to lesson 2. See how it automatically takes you to the next lesson? It just continues to take you through that. And now if you go back to see lesson 1, it says, look at that. You went through the whole thing, 100%. 4 required topics complete. And now here we're on 202. We haven't done any of the topics yet. So that was how we know, kind of can keep track that you've already, what you have done or haven't done. And you see these green check marks at the side? they kind of tell you what you have and haven't done as well. Okay, so that's how to go through each lesson. This one you can see there's a quiz. So when you get to that point, stop and prepare for your quiz. And here's a graded assignment, okay? So this is a writing assignment. Graded assignments are another name for a writing assignment. And you open it up, clicking on that link over there, or right here. And this is what it looks like when you open it up. A couple questions, and you're going to use short answers to answer them. And when you're done, you're going to go to Tools, Assignments, going to find the assignment. So that was what, lesson or assignment 202. So you're going to find the 202 graded assignment Dropbox right here. 202 graded assignment, playing your part. And you're going to click on it. And you're going to add a file. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to go to upload. You're going to find the file that you want on your computer, and you're going to attach it and submit. So then that goes to the Dropbox, so I, Mrs. Carr, can correct your assignment. Okay, what else should I show you here? Okay, the announcements. Almost every day I'm going to put up a new announcement. So read through them, because I might put in a little video to help you with some of the information, or just some extra help, like it says here. For today's quiz, be sure to know this: PPF, advertising, concepts, oligopoly, profit motive, and how revenue is determined. Study from lessons 206 through 208, and so forth. So that's kind of some of the stuff that's in announcements. Sometimes it's just a fun thing like a cartoon, but you can always scroll down if you're behind or something and you're wondering what was that announcement that went along with lesson 204. Well, here you go. You can click on it, you can expand it so you can see it better, whatever the case might be. Okay, so that's about all today. Oh, when you get to a discussion board assignment, you can find that by Tools and Discussions. That's one way. And then you find the discussion board you want to post to, and you click on that using that button here, that link, and following through with the directions. Or you can also access the discussion board through the content. So here's lesson 209 discussion, and clicking on that right there will also take you to the discussion board. Most things are at least 2 different ways to arrive at the same place. So if one click doesn't work, there's a chance that another one might. Okay, words of advice. Check your class plan every day, because that's going to be telling you what you should be doing that day. If you have overdue items showing up, you should work on those first and get caught up, and then be sure you're following the daily plan. Make sure you're working diligently every day. At first here, you might need to put in more than an hour a day on your classes, but after that, once you get caught up, it shouldn't be, it's roughly about an expectation of about an hour a day. And if you have any questions, be sure to email me or Skype me, because that's the only way you're going to get your questions answered if you ask your teacher. So thank you, everyone, and best of luck, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.